Hello there everyone, we're going in with a fairly interesting game today. This is Hell Clock. Maybe one of the more fun ARPGs I've been playing in a little while. I kinda burnt out when Diablo 4 released and it feels like we're back to it today. So Hell Clock is a Spanish developed, Brazilian, Portuguese, something like that. It's not fully localized yet, so a lot of the conversations you'll have in the game, I didn't mean to shoot you in the head, I hoped you would talk to me. Yeah, a lot of the conversations you have in the game, all of them in fact, will be in Latin language. I'm not familiar with the language myself. I know it can be Portuguese, it can be Spanish. I think it's depicted in Brazil at least. I'm mostly playing the game because I think the story is really interesting, even if I don't understand the spoken words of it. There is English text over for everything, so yeah. Based on a true story, sort of, with some quite liberal freedoms of writing. So yeah, we're gonna just jump straight into it here. We're going for a build today that is building upon reflexes as well as split shot as my main damage dealer. And I've been having a really fun time with that. So reflexes gives us this aura around us that deals damage to all enemies with these spectral knives. And then we're gonna use heavy shot for the split shot to be able to deal as much damage as possible. We also have a few other ones. We have the shadow dash just as a dash, and we also have the repeater. Not using the repeater very much. Same thing with the normal attack, not being used very much. Mainly a 2-button build. I love playing my ARPGs where I need to click as few buttons as possible. That's the best way to play an ARPG after all. So our top left corner, you can see that we have a timer there. That means that we need to be a little bit fast as well. Increase duration by 20%. My hope is that we can get the reflexes to be up all the time. Additional duration is going to allow us to get closer to being able to have it up all the time. You can see we have a very low downtime at the moment. We just finished the first floor and we are at 6 minutes 18 seconds. So we need to put some speed on this, because everything we're doing is limited to how fast we can get through everything. None of these really talks to me, to be honest. If we can get cooldown reduction on our reflexes instead, that would be kind of handy, but that's not a thing. So maybe Blade Horde could be good, getting some extra knives. Seems like a valuable thing. First few levels here is going to be very easy. We more or less just kill everything in one shot. As soon as we get into the later levels, we're gonna see that change up a little bit. I will still run around just to get if we miss any chests and things like that, of course. Don't want to do that. And of course all of the bigger guys we want to get as well. Extra damage can be good for sharp strike as well, since we're going to use that to clear most of the trash. That's my idea. Nothing really in there. You can see that we get a little bit of a shield here. That's when we are utilizing mana. We get a temporary shield every time. Movement speed, physical damage or elemental damage. I think we're going with physical damage. And one more floor done. I like the amount of time you spend in this game. A good run is like 15 minutes maybe, which is perfect amount of time to be spending in a roguelike like this. Because it is more or less a roguelike. I know I mentioned it as an ARPG, but it's a roguelite ARPG, I would say. With some really chunky audio. I hope this really comes through. I've been watching a few videos on this before I picked it up myself, and I was like, this does not really sound that good. Like, I don't know. It doesn't do itself very well on video, so I apologize if it doesn't come through super easily in this. But the game really is fantastic. Like, that's the first boss down. I have been playing this for a little while, so I am slightly overpowered for these earlier levels. Once we start getting these red portals, we can get higher up faster. Skill melee damage. I don't even know what that means. Let's go for life instead then. And then these red portals, they just take you to, I think, like a random floor in the future. Usually you can like skip floors by using those. I don't know if there is like a actual logic to how you can skip through those, but yeah, it's definitely a good thing. Increase duration or get knife generation time. So the knife generation time would just allow us to deal more damage quicker, I think. Yeah. So let's get that. It won't allow us to use it more often, but it will allow us to deal more damage quicker. And that's probably pretty good. Oh, that's elite. Okay. Another upgrade, physical damage, and to apply bleed on physical damage. That's probably good. We have quite a bit of physical damage through our knives already. Okay, go away. Trying to open this chest. There we go. A little bit wonky hitbox on that one, I think. Which is fine. We also get a lot of movement speed from our aura that we have. Which is nice. Another chest before we go to the next floor. Next floor should be floor number 6. I think number 7 is where we get to another biome. And that's usually when it starts picking up and becoming a little bit harder. We'll go heavy shot here, I think. That should be pretty good. Do we have full uptime on this now? I think we do. And none of these are very good. Heavy shot, sure. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I just love the audio design for this game. They have done such a good job of making sure that it feels really chunky every time you deal damage in this. We can have life regen or just life in general. 8% life regen I don't think will do that much, so maybe life just in general, extra life. It all contributes to effective life, so shouldn't be doing that much difference. And this should be another boss, last boss for this biome. This guy is actually really hard when you meet him the first time, so don't be mistaken just because you see me slamming through this. It's simply me playing through the first act as a endgame character, more or less. Enemies killed by repeater explodes. We're not using repeaters, so that one is irrelevant. Marksman skills that deal physical damage to ignite enemies trigger a fire explosion, dealing 213 of the trigger damage and consuming the ignite status. Closed body gives 100% of your missing life as additional conviction in activation. I don't have closed body. Marksman skill, I think, is considered a marksman skill. Yes. So split shot is probably what this will actually benefit. And that will leave us with quite a bit of damage as well. Sharp strike, we can just get straight up life through that. Which I think makes sense. Yeah, we'll do that. And now we're heading to another biome. I think they've done a good job with the biomes as well so far. As far as I understand, this is only Act 1 that's available in this demo. So I guess it makes sense. And the fact that they have 2 different biomes in one act lends me to believe that we're going to have a fairly good diverse biome in the final game as well. Gosh, we're dealing a lot of damage. We're dealing a lot of damage. We might actually be able to get to... I think the demo ends at level 14 at the moment. So once we hit floor 14, I'm guessing we're gonna meet a final boss for the first act. And you might actually get to see me do that the first time. Should use our speed up ability. Pick that up. And one more floor. Get the blessing first. Ooh, we don't have too much money. Would be nice to have a bleed damage otherwise. So we'll go with the blessing of spirit, I guess. And one more chest. Thank you. And we'll hit this guy. Deadly aim, critical hit chance, or bleed damage. We'll go with critical hit chance, I think. We have a red portal here, so we're gonna hit that one. Just bring in some of that gold, and then we'll go to a question mark floor, which ended up being floor 11. That is super handy, okay. We got really far from that. Now I need to start being a little bit careful, because here they actually deal enough damage to kill me if I'm not being vigilant here. That's those dead. And we get sharp strike. I think that makes sense. Hit this so we get some move speed. Oh hell yeah. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. That went surprisingly well. I thought I was a dead man there for a second, but we're all good. We're all good. Potion is right there. We even got enough potions so we could heal up again. It seems like if you pick up potions and you don't have a full health, it automatically uses that potion, even if you technically can't pick it up right now. I have to say they do a really good job with the loot as well. It feels really satisfying to be killing monsters, because there's always stuff just flying out of it, and any good ARPG should have an insane amount of loot. That is like the main thing you need to have if you want to play a ARPG like this. We are running out of time a little bit here. Cooldown speed, that seems like an easy one. And we now are in floor 12. Lower caves. We have a guy over here that we wanna kill off. Oh, I died. Okay, yeah, it picks up really fast. They literally kill you in one slam eventually. And yeah, I actually adore this game. I've been having so much fun with this. Now that we finished this, we get a collection of what we have done. Exalted Rune of Health. These are all relics. Some cooldown speed there. We got a little bit of life. And Powder Bag. Marksman skill that deals physical damage to ignited enemies. Trigger a fire explosion. Yeah. Really good. Really good. I think there is a lot of different things that you can actually build in this game as well. It seems super diverse. Alright, and we're back to where we started. So the whole thing is kind of going on a loop, as far as I understand. Let's take a talk to this old backlander. My god, forgive this poor wretch. I don't understand the language, but I think the voice acting seems to be really good. They seems to have that nailed down.
Lutamos e derramamos sangue do inimigo, mas foi para proteger a nossa morada, o Monte Santo.
Alright, so now that we have gone through this, we get to actually upgrade and take care of all of our items. So we can upgrade our revolver if you want. We currently have a tier 2 revolver plus 40 or 50. Not really sure what that would be doing. And could get a tier 2 jacket, I guess. Yeah, this seems to be the same as what we already have. Got an old ring and a poem, which allows us to have some extra abilities for our slow time. Let's just get this revolver. I'm just curious what it's going to do when we get that. So the current one is level 2, 451 base damage. If we get this guy, he took our things and we still have the same amount. Yeah, I don't know what that does. It seems like it doesn't actually upgrade anything for us. So maybe I just wasted that. I probably just wasted that. Affixes amount. Don't know what that means, but sure. Let's grab that one then. And then we have, over here we have the skill book. So this is where you can unlock skills. You'll see that there will be new skills for Acts 2 and 3 as well. You also have your base skills here. When you start the game, you only have access to, I think, 3 of these. 4 of them. Yes. Maybe more. I don't remember actually. I know most of the ones in the Act 1 circle here you need to unlock yourself. You do that with the soul stones as well. And then you also have the reliquary, which allows you to, again, upgrade a lot of things. Which we got a lot of new upgrades around here, so plenty of stuff to play around with there. And then eventually when you progress a little bit in the game, you get the option to actually build up this stairway right here. That's not available in the beginning. And that gives you update grades through the open Great Bell. And as you can see, there's actually quite a lot of available upgrades already in the demo. This is the amount of upgrades they have, which I think is quite impressive. That's pretty good. We're gonna get the reliquary size here. That will allow us to bring more relics into the missions. Reduce cost for blessing redraw, physical resistance, and life. So yeah, seems to be very much passive stuff around here, but there's so many of them. And some of them is actually quite substantial. Soul gain, for example. The red portal is a significant thing to unlock. I would say that you should probably try to get to that as soon as possible if you want to progress in the game. There's other things like the Hell Clock timer, which gives you more time. You remember in the top left corner we had a timer when we were playing. That just gives us more time. So yeah, there's a lot of different options here. You also have the conviction. That's the little shield that we're getting as we were playing. And now that we have unlocked that, we can go back and we can take a look at our reliquary, and you can see that we have 2 more slots. So if we want to, we can add the powder bag, for example. We didn't have the option to do that before. You can put you over there, or maybe you there. This one doesn't really do that much for us. The affixes is just, it gets a random amount of affixes when we picked that one. That makes sense. That has been Hell Clock. I hope you have enjoyed. If you're interested, there will be a link in the description down below as well. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, then we're playing all kinds of demos and video games on here, the channel. A lot of roguelites lately, a lot of management simulators. So if you're interested in anything like that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And leave a comment down below. Have you played the game? Is it something that you're interested in? What do you think of the voice acting? Do you mind the fact that it's not in a language that you understand? Personally, I don't. I think it actually adds atmosphere quite a bit. And I can appreciate that. So yeah, hope I'll see you in a future video. And if I do, I'll see you there. Bye-bye.